We're taught to be kind, open, humble. That works in safe environments. But in the real world, warmth makes you predictable, exploitable, and easy to discard. People will take your kindness and use it as their tool. Example: two candidates compete for a management role. One is always helpful, always agreeable. The other keeps a distance, commands respect, and isn't easily read. Who gets the promotion? The second. The first is remembered as the nice guy, not the leader. Ruha method. 1. Set boundaries when helping others. 2. Learn to say no without guilt. 3. Give kindness strategically, only when it strengthens your position. 2. Pain as strategy. Explanation: failure, betrayal, humiliation. Most people treat them as burdens. They complain, seek pity, and play the victim. Ruha does the opposite. Pain is not for crying. It's raw material to forge armor. Example: Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he created. He could have stayed bitter, but instead, he built Next and Pixar, then returned to Apple and turned it into a tech empire. That is Ruha, transforming defeat into dominance. Ruha method. 1. After every failure, write down at least 3 lessons. 2. Ask, what is this teaching me that I didn't know before? 3. Channel anger and humiliation into energy for action. 3. Cold discipline. Explanation: people who reveal emotions too quickly lose control. Their feelings become weapons for others to use against them. Ruha practices discipline, not the absence of emotion, but the ability to hold it, shape it, and release it at the right time. Example: in court, a young lawyer explodes in anger after being attacked. His opponent simply smiles, pauses, and delivers one sharp line that silences the room. Who had more power? The one who controlled their emotions. Ruha method. 1. When emotions flare, count from 1 to 10 before responding. 2. Practice deliberate silence before answering critical questions. 3. Train calmness daily through meditation or breathing. 4. Reading and owning the room. Explanation: power doesn't belong to the loudest voice. It belongs to the sharpest observer. Ruha sees the hidden power maps, the alliances, the unspoken dynamics. Influence comes not from noise, but from timing. Example: a negotiator enters the room. He doesn't speak at once. He observes who sits closest to the boss, who others mimic, who remains quiet but influential. When he finally speaks, he addresses the right person and wins the deal. Ruha method. 1. Watch eye contact, posture, subtle gestures. 2. Identify the hidden influencer before you speak. 3. Speak less. Act only when it moves the outcome. 5. Cutting emotional chains. Explanation: loyalty, attachment, nostalgia. These can be traps. They tie you down to people or situations that hold you back. Ruha chooses clarity over sentiment. Example: a business leader clings to an underperforming partner because of old loyalty. The company stalls. Another leader cuts ties, finds a stronger partner, and the company soars. Who embodies Ruha? The one who dares to let go. Ruha method. 1. Before every decision, ask, does this serve my emotions or my goals? 2. If the answer is emotion, cut it. 3. Choose clarity and results over blind loyalty. 6. Emotion as weapon. Explanation: Ruha doesn't erase emotion. Ruha weaponizes it. Anger becomes energy. Fear becomes a signal. Joy becomes connection. The question isn't whether you feel, it's whether you control or are controlled. Example: a fighter enters the ring. Fear is there, but instead of trembling, he turns it into razor-sharp focus. That is Ruha. Ruha method. 1. When angry, don't explode. Write it down and turn it into a plan. 2. When afraid, prepare backup strategies. 3. Always ask, how can I use this emotion to my advantage? 7. Reputation through silence. Explanation. Talk too much, and your words lose value. Speak rarely, and every word carries weight. Ruha crafts presence not through constant noise, but through deliberate scarcity. Example. In companies, there are people who speak often but are ignored. And then there's the one who speaks rarely, yet when they do, the entire room listens. That's the power of silence. Ruha method. 1. Say less but make it sharp. 2. Keep statements concise and powerful. 3. Let results, not words, prove your authority. 8. Absence as strategy. Explanation. Show up too often and you become ordinary. Disappear at the right time and your presence grows in value. Ruha knows when to vanish, so others crave their return. Example. An artist doesn't release music every month. Instead, they disappear, and when they return, the world explodes with anticipation. Scarcity creates prestige. Ruha method. 1. Avoid constant appearances. Familiarity breeds contempt. 2. Leave before you're taken for granted. 3. Return only when you bring greater value than before. 9. The rise of Ruha. Explanation. When you master emotions, when you control silence, when you choose your presence and your absence, you're no longer just playing the game of power. You are the game. You are Ruha. Closing. Ruha is not cruelty. Ruha is clarity. Ruha turns pain into armor. Ruha turns silence into a weapon. Ruha turns absence into power. In a world ruled by ambition and chaos, Ruha doesn't chase power. Ruha is power.